What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing today, man? You already know how it go. It is your boy B back with another video, guys. And today we're going to be talking about how to make sure that you are maximizing your profits on your phones. If you guys don't know, man, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe. My name is Brandon Jones, and I specialize in helping you make an extra income stream. I've been phone flipping for over a decade. I've been able to scale phone flipping from just me doing at KFC's, McDonald's, even sitting outside of transportation centers, to now having storefronts, to being able to now have a buyback business that works with T-Mobile. And I basically, if you don't know what a buyback business is or what my role would be, if I was working with T-Mobile, would be if they had business clients that, let's say, had all old iPhone 13s and they wanted to go to T-Mobile and get iPhone 16s. T-Mobile will offer them a price for those iPhones that they currently have. But if they don't like that price, a lot of businesses will start shopping around at like AT&T's or Verizon's. But then they call me, T-Mobile, or the business rep with T-Mobile. They call me, and then what I do is I go and I say, okay, T-Mobile will offer X amount for the phones. I'll offer a little bit higher, right? I'll offer $200 per device, and I'll buy all 100 or 200 of the devices. And now they, work with T-Mobile, and T-Mobile gives them a little credit, and we all work hand in hand, right? So I have a bunch of ways that I've started to scale my phone flipping business, but it didn't just start like that, right? I didn't just start making money, extra money, phone flipping, right? I didn't just become a person that knew a whole bunch of different ways to utilize the platform or utilize the income stream. No, I had to start just like you. I had to start from the bottom. I had to start as somebody doing my research. But it just happened that my research was actually with the person that was doing it for longer than me, over 2 decades. And I never even knew phone flipping was on the internet when I started, right? I didn't learn anything phone flipping from the internet or any of these fake gurus or people saying that they are, expert phone flippers, right? I'm not an expert phone flipper. I'm a hustler. Okay. So that's just a little history of me and what I do. Okay. And I make a good amount of money phone flipping. And sometimes I mess up. And I want to give you guys a formula that I use to prevent myself from taking less than what I should when it comes to profit. Right. So, um, one of the things, and if you don't understand what I'm saying, right, is okay, let's go to offerup.com. If we go to offerup.com, right, you'll be able to really understand if I type an iPhone, right? And we got let's say we got this iPhone 11, right? This has been up for a while. So let's say this iPhone 11 right here is up for sale. And we're going to say that this person, and this is all hypothetical, this person is trying to sell it for 250, they say, but regardless, we know once we see a price on OfferUp that the person will accept less. No matter what, they always price the device higher than what they expect. This person's probably looking for 200, 230. They're not really going to get it because of the way this economy is, especially the phone flipping industry, right? iPhone 11s are no longer worth this much, especially if it's not unlocked. I'm not sure if it is. Oh, and it's a 64. Yeah, so it's 64, right? So even if it is brand new, it's not brand new. It's probably refurbished and he doesn't know it, but it's 64 gigabytes. I'd rather 128 than 64. But anyway, so what will happen is, let's say we go and we talk to this person and we go and message him and say, hey, I can do 150. And this person says, oh no, that's too high or too low, excuse me. We say, okay, well, let us know if you change your mind. He changes his mind. He sells it to us for 150. So now we have a phone for $150 investment, right? So we spent $150 on this device. How do we make profit, right? A lot of people, what they'll do is some people, they'll go to ebay.com and they'll say iPhone 11, and then they'll go to sold. Now, when you do this, this is why it hurts you. Okay. When you do this, it sort of kind of puts you in a position to where you're monitoring what other people's pockets look like and how other people are making money, but you're not realizing that they may have got these devices in a different way or for a different price point than you. So a lot of us, we start, or a lot of you, not you guys, but people that follow people that don't really do this, that say judge the profit margins or the or the market value, excuse me, from eBay, which is horrendous. It's dumb, right? It's stupid, because I don't know how this person got this phone. This is a stock photo. It says very good, refurbished iPhone 11, and it's straight talk. Why would I base my phone right here off of this price? So if this price was correct, I only can make $9 from this. If this was correct, I only can make $10 from this, right? So you see how, okay, then you got an iPhone 11 Pro. We want iPhone 11. So as you see, all of these are lower than what I dang paid now. And this is 200. So this sold January 12th. So does that mean that I can sell mine for 250 or $200? Right? No. X this out. You don't want to use this. Usually what you want to use is you want to use a product list, okay? So a buyer's price list, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys this buyer's price list. If you guys don't know already, I do have a buyer's price list. It has 50 buyers. It's one price list, okay? One price list with 50 buyers on it, okay? 50, okay? 50 buyers on one price list, and it looks like this, okay? But this video isn't about the price list. I'm just showing you guys how I find market value. So whatever the value is on here, I know for a fact this is the market, because we get 50 buyers, we add up all their prices, and then we divide it by 50 every single week. Okay, prices may stay the same, they may change depending on the market. All right, but this is how I make my offers, and this is how I make sure that I do not overpay for devices. Now that we got that clear, so we see that we paid 150. That is completely over market value, right? Like, that is not good, right? We paid too much, because in the iPhone 11, honestly, the market value is like $90. So that would mean that we would have to pay less than 90. But regardless, let's just say we're thinking about actually selling this, and we need this. So we pay 150. We in too deep now. We in too deep. How do I make sure that I am making profit? How do I use a formula that I can copy and paste on any phone? I'm going to show you. So this is the formula that I use, and you can't tell nobody. You got to promise me this is just something that I want to share with you, so you don't have to pay me to share it. This is what I'm giving to you for free, no gatekeeping. So what I do is I can go and I can do this. I can go to a profit margin calculator. I can type the cost of the device. Right, the cost of the device is $150. It costs how much it costs me. Okay, I know for a fact that I want to make $50 more, so I can type 200. Every single phone that I buy, I have a profit that I want to make. The only issue is that the profit will change in one circumstance. And the circumstance that it would change is when you are buying a phone that is under like $100, or see, this 150 is close to that. If it's a low phone, like an iPhone 8, I'm not going to make $50 off of that, because I probably would have to buy that for at least $90, right? Nobody's selling me an iPhone 8 for like $40, right? If they do, it'll be somebody that's on drugs that walks into my store out of Kensington and found the iPhone on the ground or something, and they just need some money to go and buy their stuff. That's the only circumstance, to be honest. But if we're talking realistically, nobody's going to sell you a phone for $20, okay? Off of OfferUp or anything, right? So what we do is, if the price is lower than 150, we'll say, okay, I'll make $25 profit. I make $25, but they got to come directly to me. Like, that doesn't pay me enough to even get in my car, put my slippers on, nor does it pay me enough to even turn the doorknob on my door to open it to leave, right? So $50 is my minimum, and that's how much profit I want to make off of a phone from a buyer. So we are doing a 25% profit margin every single time that we are literally getting a phone. So if I get a phone for $200, I'm gonna give you guys an example. Okay, you ready? If I'm getting a phone for $200, so I've always put 25% here, If I get a phone for $200, that's how much money I want to sell it. I want to make. So if I buy a phone, let's say an iPhone 16. Hold on, y'all. My computer's freezing. The heck? What y'all done did? All right, so I don't know what's going on with this website. Hold on. Whatever. All right, so that thing is okay. What is going on? It's tripping. So we're just gonna do it this way. So if I have an iPhone 6, I mean a 16, excuse me, that I want to buy, right? And let's say I brought it for, let's see if this works now. Yeah, what is going on? Okay, cool. Let's say I have an iPhone 16 and it cost me, which it would never cost that much. So it probably would cost me like $450, right? I know for a fact that I don't need to literally sell it for 600, right? I don't need to do that because remember, all we're doing is wanting to make $50 more. So what we would do is we would say, okay, I spent $450. Whatever you spend on the phone, add $50, right? Add $50, no matter what. If you spent 600, add $50. Okay, 600, add $50. I mean, you want to make 650. If you spent 1,000, add $50. You want to make $1,050. Okay, but here's the point: is if you're looking to sell to a consumer, you're going to need to use a different pricing method because they are going to argue you down past your $50 profit margin. So we're going to say we brought an iPhone 15 for $500. We're going to add $50. But after we add that $50, we know for a fact that we want to make $550. But we can't let the person know that. So we need to add some wiggle room. So we're going to add $40 to $20 higher. So I'll go $40. So $590 is what I would list my iPhone 15 for on here, for $590. Then I would allow that person to then negotiate me down to my $550 price point. But the point of it, the matter is you have your phone market value, okay? You want to make sure that you're buying that for at least less than $50. So if I'm buying a phone and I look on a price list, let's literally do an example. iPhone 15 Pro Max, unlocked 256 gigabytes, okay? I see that it is new in a box worth $730. So before I even get the phone, before I make an offer, I type in my calculator $730 minus what I want my profit to be, which is going to be $50. Boom. So I know for a fact $680 is the most I'm spending. Okay. I'm not spending no more than $680. If I need to, I will walk away. Okay. But with that being said, going into a negotiation, giving your top price is always going to make it harder. So we're going to then subtract our wiggle room price, which would be $40 to $20. We're going to do $40. So that means for an iPhone 15 Pro Max unlocked, I will only offer $640. So 15 Pro Max, right? I'm going to go here and we're going to look for one. Okay. And this person says 700, which it makes sense because the market value is 730. So this is probably somebody that knows their information. But what we're going to do is we're going to only offer 640. I can do $640. This is unlocked, right? What's the IMEI? I could say or whatever, right? IMEI. IMEI. Sorry, y'all. All right, boom. So now that we did that, let's just hypothetically fast forward and say this person says no and argues me down, and they're like, "Oh no, I need." Let's say he says I need 660. Okay. So if that's the case, we can say fine, because 660 minus our price that we won't go over still gives us a $20 profit extra on top of the 50. So now you're making $70. So you do it. Okay. So you buy that phone, then that's when you say, okay, perfect. I want to at least make $680. I got this phone for cheaper. Great. Now what you're going to do is list it back on OfferUp, but you're not going to list it on OfferUp for the 680. You're going to go put the 680 in. You're going to add $50. Why? So now you're going to be selling this on OfferUp for $730, and nobody's going to buy it for that amount. Instead, what they're going to do is say, hey, what's your lowest? My lowest is going to be 700. Because that's what they ask you in the DM. What's your lowest? My lowest is 700. But then what's going to happen is they're going to keep trying to pry you to go lower. And then you say, all right, listen, I go 690. I go 695. And then you can go and you can say, you know what? I do 680, man. Like, damn, like I can't go any lower, man. You're making me lose money. And as you start to make them feel like they're getting you lower and lower, you win and you actually get the profit that you desire. All right, guys. So that is my method. I teach it more and we go over examples in my phone flipping classes every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. If you guys don't know about it, go and check it out. You go to hustlertaughtme.com, go to education, $5 weekly classes. And these weekly classes also give you a replay, which means you can watch the video over and over again for the duration of your life so that you can always revert back to it. These are really intimate classes where we can work together. I'll answer questions you have. Sort of kind of like a mentorship for real, for $5 now. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tapping in and tuning in, and I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a blessed one and continue to make money work for you, and I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.